Hi everyone, this is Adriana, and I am bringing you this full moon in Sagittarius horoscope for all 12 signs. This is a general reading, so just take whatever resonates. You can check your sun, moon, and rising sign to see if all three of those, or maybe just one or two of them, resonate for you with this reading. This full moon is taking place 2 degrees in Sagittarius. So you might want to check your own natal birth chart to see where you have 2 degrees or any degrees that are maybe close to 2 degrees, as this could be impacting that area in your own chart. But I will go over the zodiac signs and the general reading on what you can expect. Do keep in mind that the impact of this energy will obviously be more potent on the actual day of the full moon, but you can definitely feel the effects of it before, a few days before it, and even a few days after the full moon. So you can always come back to this video too and reflect on it. So before I go into all 12 signs, I'm going to tell you guys a very brief what you can expect out of this full moon. So this is a Sagittarius full moon. It's very energizing, very motivational, very even free-spirited, adventurous, like that Sagittarius energy. So you can expect a lot of those types of themes to come out or to show up during this time. The urge to get out there, maybe see new places or travel, make some travel plans, maybe the weekend before or after the full moon. There can be lots of travel going on, or just even if it's a familiar place that you enjoy going to as well. Also putting yourself out there. So whether taking the lead in something, maybe having to do with your own work, your own goals, your business, and maybe even trying something new to see if that brings you more progress or more success. Especially since we do have Jupiter sextiling Neptune, making our dreams and aspirations more of a reality during this time. So you will start to see your goals be set into motion here. And with the full moon energy, you're really putting your heart and soul into anything you are trying to manifest or, work on here, especially when it does come to business, if you have your own business or any type of projects that you have been working on. Venus will also move later in the day into Gemini. So it's going to start off in Taurus. It's been in Taurus for a while, but later in the day, depending on your time zone, it will move into the sign of Gemini. So I'm getting a very flirty energy, especially definitely around the full moon. So a lot of chattiness between couples and even people who are single and going on dates and things like that. You can actually see more of that happening at this time. Maybe you get asked out more or vice versa. You're going out more and talking to new people, trying new things, maybe even trying a new place with somebody here. Do be careful of actually some social media things I was picking up on. So this could even be catfishing, if you've heard that expression before. So maybe getting too caught up with somebody. This isn't for everyone, but just be careful of that. It can definitely happen during Venus and Gemini for the next few weeks, with maybe being too swept up by appearances that may seem a little too good to be true, or not really showing who they really are. So yes, this can be catfishing or even just any sort of, uh, there can just be flirtatious activity on social media at this time. But yeah, do be careful of that because as we know in the world of social media, it can be a very deceiving place. So just something to bear in mind. Oh, I didn't say to the time. So Eastern time, this is going to be occurring 9:53 a.m. So that's Eastern time in the United States. And here in the UK, in England, it will be at 14:53 or 2:53 p.m. And if you guys are at this point in the video, please do like this video and subscribe to my channel so you can continue to see more videos like this. I will now go into the 12 signs and I will post them down below. It might not be there right away, but I will do my best to post in the comments below and have it pinned so you guys can go to your zodiac sign. Again, this can be your sun, moon, and rising sign. I would check all three just in case one might resonate more than the other. And if it does resonate, please do comment down below in this video. Aries, this full moon is occurring in the ninth house. You may have a lot of personal growth that you're reflecting on. This can also bring a sense of wanting to try something new or go somewhere new to get new experiences or even a fresh perspective on things. Try not to overthink at this time. Take a step back and reflect. And with the full moon energy, you can really utilize this opportunity to let go of what's no longer working out for you. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of personal growth that is happening for you, Aries. So take some time out to think about things like that. Maybe you need a fresh perspective, or maybe you need to take a step back from the situation if you have been too much in your head about it, overthinking things that can make things confusing, right? So take a step back if you feel that resonates with you, and then go from there and take action from there once you let that sit. Okay, so now Taurus. Taurus, this full moon is affecting your eighth house. This is the house of going deep here, deep and introspective. You're likely feeling a bit emotional or even overwhelmed at this time, Taurus. Perhaps issues from the past could be coming up, or it's issues you've actually been suppressing, maybe for a while for some of you. So it's a good time to think about any bad habits you might have. What emotions are you burying deep? Is there certain emotions that you've been suppressing or not acknowledging? The full moon will illuminate it. Whether you like it or not, it's going to highlight this. Or what needs your attention. Maybe there's something that needs your attention in your emotional body, maybe even your physical body too, that you haven't been paying enough attention to. So don't ignore this. Listen to your body, listen to your gut, and take the time to acknowledge your emotions and validate your feelings. So you guys are going a little deep here. Be a little easy on yourself with this and just breathe through it. Breathe through it. Okay, so next we have Geminis. Geminis, this full moon is impacting your seventh house of marriage and commitments. This full moon is bringing your attention to your marriage or partnership if you're not in a marriage. This could even be for those of you who are single. This could be even commitments that you have, whether it's work, anything that you have some sort of, commitment to that can be impacting. If you've been caught up in other things, so for those of you in relationships, I'm going back to this, if you've been caught up in other things and not giving your relationship the attention it needs, now is the time to do this, or issues could come up. Perhaps there could be reoccurring issues. If there's been issues already, more of this could get stirred up at this time. So think about your commitments and what that truly means for you, Geminis. How do you show up for your partner? And with you being Gemini, how do you communicate with your partner? Maybe you need to try something new with that Sagittarius energy. Maybe you need to try something new that a new way of dealing with things in your relationship or in your marriage that hasn't, if something hasn't been working, maybe it's time to try a new way of going about things or have a new perspective. So find balance in your relationship, especially if there's been any imbalance, which the full moon will highlight whether you like it or not at this time. It's going to illuminate that. That's what the full moon does. So communication is key here, especially too, since Venus is moving into Gemini by the end of the day of the start of the full moon, and Venus will be hanging out in Gemini for a few weeks. So, um, yeah, if there's been any communication issues or the way that you communicate to each other, it's going to be bringing those issues up. How can you, on your end, best deal with those things? Is there a better way to deal with those things? And are you, is there any area where you've been lacking any imbalance here in the relationship that needs attention? So then for those of you who maybe have non-relationship type commitments, this is kind of the same thing of, again, putting your attention, putting your emotions into your commitments here. So it's time to, yeah, start to put your heart into what you have committed to. So whether you're in a relationship like a marriage, or you have some sort of work commitment or project, whatever it might be, it's time to now put your heart into it and fulfill the emotional need that is needed here. Okay, okay, Cancers, your this full moon is affecting your sixth house, Cancers. This is impacting your daily life, your routines. Maybe I feel like you guys are getting kind of sick of your day-to-day routines a little bit, or maybe just kind of feeling in a slump about it. So you are wanting to make a change, perhaps in your day-to-day. Are you ready for that change, or to try something new to change it up a bit? Perhaps even getting more sleep or exercise can be something that's helpful for you guys. If you've been lacking in enough sleep, that can make your daily routine, very difficult, of course, if you're not getting enough sleep at night. So are you making that time for yourself to meet those types of needs here? This could also be exercise, or maybe even trying new healthy recipes that you would like to make. I do feel like some of you have, or most of you have probably done your spring cleaning. Now's the time to take care of yourself now. You've done all the housework, with your spring cleaning. As a Cancer rising, I can kind of feel this as well. You've been focused on doing that, or maybe you're still trying to, finish that up. But now's the time to do your own inner spring cleaning and take time for yourself to take care of yourself here. Because at the end of the day, you got to put yourself first here when it comes to things like that. Okay, so yeah, take extra care of yourselves at this time, Cancers. Leos, this full moon is impacting your fifth house. You may be wanting to try a new creative project at this time. So some creativity going on for you, Leos. Maybe a new house project, or even doing something outside with weather being nicer in the Western Hemisphere, depending where you live, like gardening, things like that. If you are a parent, you also may be ready to pack up and take the kids on a vacation. I feel like I'm getting that Leo, the lion, just ready to take her cubs out somewhere, on a vacation, somewhere nice. Um, so yeah, maybe summer vacation is on your mind here for some of you. And children can be extra energized at this time, as the fifth house is about children and kids, usually. So especially with summer approaching, like I said, for many of us in the Western Hemisphere, this can be something on your mind and you're ready for a break and just to do something fun and new. Maybe travel somewhere exciting and try something new. This could even be something creative that you do, maybe with your kids if you have kids. And if you work with kids, you can definitely start to see the energetic, just, how kids can be really hyper around this full moon. So watch out for that if you work with kids. It might be even more so than normal. And that again can also just be because uh, for many parts of the Western Hemisphere, you are getting ready for summer vacation and the kids are also excited. So, I definitely see that too in the United States. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much what is going on for you, Leo. So doing something creative, utilize the creative energy with Sagittarius at this time and have fun. Okay, Virgos, this full moon is impacting your fourth house. This is the house of family, the home. It can even be your relationships or your romantic relationship in this case, if you share a home with them. So the full moon is highlighting this, especially if there's anything off balance, as the fourth house does bring attention to things off balance. So what needs to be balanced here? Because that's the Libra energy with the fourth house, the scales. Okay, what needs to be balanced out? You might want to utilize the adventurous Sagittarius energy and try something new if other things haven't been working when it comes to home and family matters, including your relationship. This could even be maybe plans for a romantic getaway even. So some of you guys might already do this by this time, or it could even be after the full moon. Maybe you've already gone and done this, or you are talking about plans for that here. So yeah, it's definitely a nice time for that. Can really just breathe more life into your family or romantic relationship as well. And even just spending some quality time at home can be really important to do. So yeah, putting your heart and emotions into your family is essential at this time. So take advantage of this time to do that and to take care of that. Okay, so now we have Libras. Libras, this full moon is highlighting the third house for you, so your community and even communication. So I'll just get a sip of my tea real quick. Okay, so something new may be happening. Libras, you might notice in your community, there could be some maybe changes or something new and exciting going on in your community, maybe around the full moon. It's also a good time to check your communication habits. Are you reaching out to those who appreciate your communication and vice versa? Okay, so the full moon is a great time to let go of things that are no longer serving us. So for some of you, maybe you have been in communication with people and you've just kind of felt for a long time now it's not going anywhere. So if that resonates for you, this could be a good opportunity for you to just kind of let those things go if it's not working out for you. Okay, and that's all about the balance with Libra energy too, that equal give and take. So are you expressing yourself also? So you might want to check yourself, Libras. Are you expressing yourself in a healthy way? So do be careful of arguments at this time, as they could arise with this energy here, that fiery energy of Sagittarius. Okay, and that aspect of communication. You also may unexpectedly hear from siblings that may reach out, or even if you are in contact with your siblings, they may reach out, maybe needing something more urgently than usual. This is also an influence here too of social media. So your presence on social media, do be careful of what you say on social media at this time too. I would advise not to go off on a rant or anything on social media, as it could stir up more issues for you. Also, you guys might be making some travel plans as well. So maybe planning for some things in the summer. Okay, so Scorpios. Scorpios, this full moon is impacting your second house. So your finances are being highlighted at this time. So now's the time to check yourself, Scorpios. Are you overspending at this time? If you are, you might want to think about budgeting and, are you doing a little bit of, has it been retail therapy or is it things, you couldn't help? So are you spending money out of emotion, things like that? So, you just want to check yourself that you're not doing too much of that, if that's the case for you. Or perhaps for some of you, it's not investing enough in yourself. So, are you, another question that came to mind is, are you being underpaid at whatever work that you do? Some of you may be, reevaluating those things. If you run your own business, maybe you're selling yourself too short. So, these are some things that you can think about and how you can improve your financial situation at this time. Maybe even trying a new approach to it with that Sagittarius energy. So let go of what's not working with this full moon. The full moon is all about letting things go that are no longer serving us. So if something's not working for you, especially when it comes to your finances, it's time to let that go and try something new. Okay, so on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, this full moon is impacting your first house. Your first house is all about your individuality. So it's really shifting your focus on you, especially if much of your focus has been maybe on other people too much. So take this time now to honor yourself and listen to your emotional needs. As the full moon, really is about our emotions. So you might have been putting a lot of your emotions into other people and not enough into you. So now's the time to think about that if that is the case for you. You may even do some solo traveling, I feel. It's the full moon is happening in your sign Sagittarius, so you may be feeling even more inclined to, go somewhere new or be a little adventurous, even if it's just trying like a new restaurant too. So yeah, but for some of you, you might even just do a weekend getaway, even if it's not far. Or you could even try reinventing yourself at this time, maybe with a new sense of style in your wardrobe, getting some new clothes before summertime if you're in the Western Hemisphere. And yeah, kind of reinventing how you express yourself or trying a new activity you've always wanted to do. So have some time for you and just have fun with this, actually. I think you guys will have a lot of fun with this full moon energy, okay? But yes, do if you feel like you're being pulled and pulled from other people, it's okay to set boundaries and say, I need some time for me. So do take that time if that is resonating with you. Okay, so on to Capricorns. Capricorns, this full moon is impacting your 12th house. Busy Capricorns, the full moon wants you to try something new, relaxing. This made me laugh when this came to me when I was writing this, because yeah, as a Capricorn sun myself, I'm like, yeah, I know. I need to take my own advice. So yes, I do feel that there is something here with Capricorns. It's time to decompress during this time, honoring your emotional needs for rest and relaxation. Um, Even if it's, going somewhere out in nature too, some Capricorns, you may actually feel you might recharge more out in nature and get, really grounded when you're out in nature, being, just that's in your element, that earth element, right? Or this could even be in the comfort of your own home, of course, too. But the important thing is that you take time to recharge so that you can make even better progress, Capricorns. So by taking that time out to rest and recharge, you can then continue on with whatever work you are doing and make even more and even better progress forward. Okay, so then we have Aquarius. Aquarius, this full moon is highlighting your 11th house here. So it's impacting not only how you show up quote unquote show up for yourself, but how do you show up for other people? So utilize this energy with meeting new people and even networking, especially if that's something, that could really help you if you have your own business, Aquarius. So this is a great time for networking. Um, so yeah, you may be feeling up to that social atmosphere at this time, but because it is a full moon, I do have to say, just be careful um, when you are, if and when you are maybe meeting people, whether it's socializing or networking. Just be careful of any gossip. Avoid it so it doesn't come back to you. So just watch that with that, adventurous spirit. You don't want to, yeah, you don't want to, overshare a little too much, especially depending on the setting, of course. It might be different if it's with close friends, of course. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, it's time to start looking at how you show up for other people in this case, okay? And how you balance that too. So with yourself, so your own time with yourself and your time with other people, especially if it's other people who have been, supportive of you and there for you. You may want to repay them back at this time. Okay, so our last sign, Pisces. This full moon is impacting your 10th house here. So this is highlighting where you're investing your emotional energy when it comes to your work or career. So utilize the motivational energy to start setting career goals, especially if the job for you is just not cutting it anymore, Pisces. Perhaps you can feel it, in your heart, in your soul, and you have to honor that feeling. That's what, this is all about with our emotions, with full moons. We have to honor our emotions and our feelings about things and be honest with ourselves. Is this job not cutting it anymore? Or whatever it might be. So I would say for most, it would be with jobs or a career, something's not quite working. So now's the time to act and let this go, release this. So, especially if you have been wanting to take advantage of starting your own business, one that would make you feel fulfilled, would meet your emotional needs. Now could be a great time to start planning that and set goals for that to happen. Or even, seeing if there could be some sort of shift in your career where you can make more money if you're not satisfied with your current position or promotion. Okay, so if you are unsatisfied with where you're at, this full moon is highlighting that. And now you have to reflect on that and think, how can I change this now? Okay. This could even be something completely new as well. With that adventurous Sagittarius spirit, you might even try something completely new. Maybe you're tired of doing the same old job, whatever it might be. Okay. Be smart about it. Set goals and things like that, of course. And if you can, yeah, it could be a good opportunity for career change. All right. Well, I hope that this helps you. And if anyone watched this all the way to the end, thank you again for watching this video. And please stay tuned in for the next ones. I have some new podcasts coming up soon. And of course, I will always try to do these full moon horoscopes every month. Thanks again, and see you next time.